be happy with the status quo. But if you want to prosper and you further better in your career, then you have to perform. Definition of success like is a satisfaction that I have made a difference to society. RBI is the issuer of currency. One thing you have to be aware of the surrounding. You have to be aware of what is happening in the country, what is happening in the international area. Three Idiots dialogue like काबिलियत पे जाओ तो कामयाबी फिर से तुम्हारे पीछे है. You should try to make yourself able. You should try to make yourself more understanding of the things. There is no bigger actor or actress than life. So it teaches you everything. It gives you all the drama, everything, and you can never get better of it. Persevere and you dream big, and ultimately the success will come.
I am your host Gaurav Garg and we welcome all our viewers to our show Amazing Mentor. Today with us is Mr. Saket Kumar. He is currently working with the Reserve Bank of India in the scale of Assistant General Manager. He has around 12 years of experience in the field of finance, economics, public policy, central banking, portfolio management, risk management and macro research. It's a pleasure to welcome Mr. Saket Kumar to our show Amazing Mentor. Welcome sir.
Thank you Gaurav. Thank you.
So tell us about your childhood or any particular childhood memory that you would like to share on our show.
Childhood, like I was more of a studious student. No more interesting things to say. Hobbies as such was like I like playing cricket. I was active in most of the sports apart from cricket. Cricket was the most thing because it was mostly played by everyone. So I was anyways active in most of the sports apart from studies.
Any notorious memory of your childhood?
Notorious memories were many. Some of like there was a guava tree near our school in a different compound. Trespassing that, going to pluck that guava from that tree. That was some of those activities that were indulged into. Also some bunking of the classes. That's obvious for everyone.
So where did you completed your schooling from?
I did my schooling from Patna Central School in Patna.
Were you an introvert or extrovert child?
Oh, mostly introvert. So speak only when it mattered, or whenever I was forced to speak. Otherwise, I was very reluctant to speak. Still, I like to keep it myself. Like I was not very outgoing. It was also on the upbringing. Also, like my father was very strict with my timings. Like he said that this is the time I have to go out, I have to come in. So that's the routine which we followed from the childhood. So it's like got ingrained into it. So you're not allowed. It's from instinctively, like from your own self, you not like to going out or hanging out without reason. So it was like a routine thing, like going from home to school, then back to school, back to home, and then doing the routine stuff, playing around, and that the whole life was scheduled. Nothing out of schedule.
So what was your dream profession as a child?
As a child, like I wanted to join the civil services. The most obvious thing which I wanted to do, and also politics.
So how was your journey to become an RBI officer?
Never knew about RBI and all basically because if you're not connected to economics and something like that, so very at the end of after you pass your school, I did all my science. So plus 2 was also in science, and then graduation was in mathematics. So mostly it was like I was wanted to become join civil services, but at that time, since civil services was still some time away, so somebody suggested me to give this exam, so I gave that exam and somehow I cracked it. So I continued giving civil services while I was in RBI exam also, but somehow I cleared mains for the first time, and then for the second time I found my wife within RBI. So we decided to stick together and not go switch jobs so that we have a different posting in different cities and all this. So that's why it came to an end and I finally got landed here.
So any challenges you faced while preparing for your RBI Grade B examination?
Not as a challenge, but still I was working at that time. So after just my I completed my graduation, I joined as a probationary officer in ICICI Bank. And then I got posted to Mumbai. So Mumbai, at that time probationary officers salary was not, you got 35,000. So you have to save, so you have to live far away from the city in Navi Mumbai, and you have to travel every day through trains. So that was quite a journey because most of the time was spent in traveling after doing the job. So you have to study while you are in trains. So most of my studies was done during my train journey itself. It's somehow hanging in there with a book and trying to study. Still, it was quite good. I enjoyed that thing also. That's a part of life.
So what was the first reaction of your parents when you told them, okay, now I have become an RBI officer?
So we were not face to face, but on phone itself. So they were really happy. Finally thought that okay, I've got some good decent job now. Maybe I got more stability in the life now.
So where did you started your career journey from?
I first joined CCA Bank as a probationary officer, and I was posted in Mumbai. I was in Treasury, so that is ultimate thing for any bank where you get all the good dealings to do in Treasury office. So when I joined, I did not wanted to move out of there because a lot of learning was there. But somehow my urge to join civil services made me somehow to go to Delhi. So I was not getting an opportunity to go to Delhi. So then I thought somebody suggested to me, why don't you join RBI? So I gave the exam, I cracked it, and then I finally got posted in Delhi also. Somehow that civil services thing brought to me to RBI and then brought me to Delhi, and where I started studying. And then I said I cleared mains for first time. Then subsequently the idea was dropped.
So how was your early days as an officer, and what all challenges did you face post becoming an RBI officer?
So as an officer, like you face many challenges. Like when you become an officer, you have a whole lot of team to manage. You have to do man management. You have to learn things. Now there is such of responsibility to you because you're now an officer and you are accountable also. So but RBI is a very supportive organization. Like you get all the support to groom into a good officer. So it was good. It was learning. It was a good learning experience, and it was challenging as well. But with the support of everyone around you, you tend to become better self. You are a better version of yourself with every passing day.
So what all departments have you handled in your course of journey?
So I started my journey with currency management. Then I went to bank supervision, and then to risk management.
So apart from finding your wife in RBI, what's that one thing you love about your profession and RBI the most?
So I think it is the most well-paid job in India, if you see, and there's a great work-life balance. RBI is an organization which pampers you to the core. Like there's a lot of learning, a lot of work to do, and that satisfies. At the end of the day, you have the satisfaction that you are making a difference to the economy. Also. That is a good thing that is about RBI.
So have you worked in private bank also? So what's the difference you feel in private and government job?
Private banks and government banks, obviously there is a difference of attitude towards the staff. In government banks, like you're pressed to do work wherever required, but better sense to the staff also to understand their issues also. Maybe I not say that that is not in the private sector bank, but there is so much competition there that you are more pressed there, or you can say that you have to perform well. A lot of different equations that you have to handle while you are in private sector bank. The same thing applies in a public sector bank. Then there is a sense of stability there. Like okay, you have got you are not going to go anywhere else. But you have to again, if you want to grow and prosper in the organization, then you have to keep performing. Ultimately, your performance matters. You can be happy with the status quo, but if you want to prosper and you further better in your career, then you have to perform. In private sector bank, perform as well as you cannot be at status quo because you have always a chance of your exit. So that's a major difference in the mindset when you talk about private sector and public sector.
So who is your mentor as an officer?
Your immediate boss as an officer, you get to interact with many senior officers. All those give you some good advices and they help you at particular point of time. So they all in turn act as a mentor to you. And in turn, you also act as a mentor to all the juniors that you supervise.
So what is your definition of success?
Definition of success like is a satisfaction that I have made a difference to society.
So what are your roles and responsibility as Assistant General Manager at RBI?
So as an assistant general manager, like you have to handle a section, you have to handle people, your responsibilities which are defined by what roles you have to play. Like currently in the risk management area, there are certain set of defined things that you have to do, you have to manage things. So accordingly, all the responsibilities that you have to do good with the responsibilities. Day-to-day basis, whatever is the work assigned to you, what is the regular work, what comes out of turn. As an assistant general manager, like you have to think forth also for the organization. Like how we can grow, how we can do things better. So these all things are like our responsibilities.
So what was that first task given to you when you joined RBI?
When I joined RBI, the first task was like supervise the vaults of the RBI, where all the cash and everything is kept. RBI is the issuer of currency. So the first role and responsibility was to the management of that currency circulation in Delhi region.
So how to join Reserve Bank of India?
There are two channels. Like one is the Grade B DR. That is an officer grade channel that you can join, and the second one is assistant, that is a clerical cadre. Anyone who wants to join RBI can go to RBI website into opportunity section, and there you can see when is the vacancy coming, what has been the pattern of the previous questions, and everything they give, like what is expected, what is the type, what is the exam pattern, what are things you want to, or even suggested readings are also given, like which books you want to refer, and all those things are there. So you can go and refer to RB website, and you can accordingly start your preparation.
So, what advice would you like to give to new officers?
New officers, like one thing you have to be aware of the surroundings. You have to be aware of what is happening in the country, what is happening in the international area. That one thing you have to be always keep yourself abreast with the latest things, because this is what is going to help you in the long term. If you want, you have to understand how the economy moves. You have to understand how international economy moves, how inflation moves, how rupee moves, how the markets are performing. So day-to-day basis, you have to read that. You have to read the newspapers, listen to good discussions, listen to news, read good editorials and all those things, and develop a perspective. It is very important to develop a perspective. Then only you can differentiate between what is right and what is wrong. It's good you have to keep abreast yourself and develop a perspective on how things are happening.
So, what all are do's and don'ts you suggest while preparing for RBI examination?
When you are trying, like you have the three idiots dialogue, like काबिलियत पे जाओ तो कामयाबी फिर से तुम्हारे पीछे आएगी. So the same thing you should follow. You should try to make yourself able. You should try to make yourself more understanding of the things. Like you, as I said, understand what is happening, because that will just like writing mechanical answers and all things won't serve any purpose. It may fetch you good marks, but still you have to perform in the interviews, where again your personality, your knowledge will be assessed. So understand what you are doing, what you are reading. Read from the point of view that you understand it and you can implement it practically. You can understand it from practical point of view. What are its implications? Then it's a very good thing to study like this, not mechanical study.
So, now we'll start a rapid round. Your favorite actor and actress?
There is only one actor or actress. Neutrality, that is life. There is no bigger actor or actress than life. So it teaches you everything. It gives you all the drama, everything, and you can never get better of it.
Your favorite color?
I will say all the colors, because every color are good at certain places. So every color has its own charm and its own beauty. So I will say I like all the colors. There is no color specific.
Your favorite destination?
Favorite destination? Maybe someday I want to go into the space if I can.
Things in your wish list?
My first wish list is a long-awaited wish list. I want to read books, and then I want to travel the world.
Your favorite house?
My dream house is nothing, just a simple, say a villa sort of thing, small villa with just a cozy for 2-3 people, which for my family in a quite natural surrounding.
Your second choice of career?
Second choice of career, I would have joined civil services. If I have not been in RBI, definitely for sure. I may like to join politics some point of my time, if I can ever do something like that.
At last, one line that defines you.
This line, I think, does resemble both of us. Perseverance. Perseverance is the key to success. You will face a lot of obstacles, but never leave anything until you get it. So persevere, and you dream big, and ultimately the success will come.
Thank you very much for your time, and it was pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, Gauravji. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for watching Amazing Mentor. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button to get regular updates. Thank you very much.